Moonlighting as a house cleaner. What do you need to know? Wow, that's a great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer, even if it's an unpopular answer, which today is going to be. All right, today's show is brought to us by housecleaning360.com. And if you have broken pipes, or if you have something that needs to be replaced, like your garbage disposal, or maybe your toilet got clogged up and you need to call a plumber, you can find a plumber on housecleaning360.com. Now, if you are a plumber and you have not listed your business, race over there right now and list your business, because there are a bunch of houses that get clogged up every day and you guys are awful busy, but you're still looking for customers. So this is another way for you to partner with homeowners that are in our network. housecleaning360.com for a plumber near you. All right, on to today's question, which is from a house cleaner who is moonlighting on the side. Here's what she has to say.
Hi, Angela. My name is Hannah. I really enjoy your blog and your podcast. I just finished reading your free Kindle book on how to start a cleaning business. And I currently work for a cleaning company and I'm wanting to make some extra cash. So that is why I started reading your book. My question is, in your book, you pointed out the importance of being insured and bonded. And my question is do I need a business license? Because I don't want to start running ads or flyers like you talk about and then not have the legal coverage that I need to and get faced with a bunch of fines. I'm all new to this and I'm doing research, but things are just kind of overwhelming and confusing at times. So I was wondering if you had some clarification on that. Thanks for your help.
All right, the term moonlighting is where you are working for a company and you do something on the side. It's a really sticky situation where you're working as a house cleaner and then you have house cleaning clients on the side. And probably somewhere along the way, I'm guessing you signed a non-compete. So here's what I have to say to you right up front before you do anything. And you asked about fees and getting fined and what have you. The very first thing that you want to do is go out of the area that you're being paid to clean in. So if you clean in this particular zip code, go to a different zip code to start your house cleaning business on the side, because we do not want to compete with the current job that you have right now. And please, I'm telling you this from Angela Brown. So Angela Brown told me, do not sell my services to any existing customers that currently employ me, okay? So if your company sends you to clean houses, do not go to any of those clients. If they beg you and they say, please come to us, you know what? That would be unethical of me. I'm not able to go to any current existing clients because that just would not be ethical. And remember that I said that, because that in and of itself will keep you out of a lot of hot water and it will keep you from being fined or sued or whatever. And you don't want bad will with your current employer. Your current employer believes in you and therefore they have hired you and they are hoping that you will succeed in their business. The fact that you're going outside of the business and you're picking up other business on the side is to be negotiated. Usually when you spin out on your own, you spin out on your own, you quit this job and you go over here and you start your own company. But if you're doing it on the side, I don't know what your reasons are, but please, please, please cover your bases. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about is, we talked about being a real business and having a license. Okay, so not having a license does not make you a real business. Being a real business happens up here. It happens up here first. So you wake up one day and you say, I'm a real business. Okay, it's got to happen in your head first. What that means is I make appointments. I confirm my appointments. I show up on time. I have cleaning supplies. I have my own cleaning supplies. You are not, under any circumstances, allowed to use the current cleaning supplies from your existing company for your moonlighting jobs. Please make that very clear. You go out and buy your own cleaning supplies, have your own storage cabinet, use your own worksheets, have your own everything for yourself. This business over here, if you've decided it's different from this business, keep them very separate. It's like selling pizzas and cleaning houses. They're two completely separate businesses. In this particular case, they happen to be the same business. But you don't ever want to get caught using this company's vacuum or this company's cleaning supplies on your moonlighting job. That's going to get you in more trouble than anything, quicker than anything. All right, so once you've decided in your head that you're a business, you got to act like a business. And so even if you're only one person and only if you have part-time jobs, it doesn't matter. If you're going inside someone's house and you are taking money in exchange for house cleaning, I recommend that you be bonded and insured. And you can say, well, I'm not a full business. I'm just doing this on the side. If you take money for cleaning, please be bonded and insured. Now, how much does it cost for bonding and insurance? It depends on where you live. And so there are different prices and there are different packages. The standard package across the board is between $1 and $2 million. So if something malfunctions between $1 and $2 million, you're covered. So my suggestion is then only clean houses that fall under the $1 or $2 million range. If you have a $2 million policy, don't go out and clean a $10 million property. You're not covered. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Now, the policies are going to be $400 or $500 a year. And you go, wow, that's a lot of money. It's not a lot of money when you consider what you get. Now, what you get for being insured is insurance. And here's how that works. If you go into a customer's house and you screw something up, and we've had so many house cleaners that have screwed stuff up, and they're cheap, and they're like, well, I didn't get insurance because I didn't think I'd ever need it. And then they're forking out of their own pocket stuff for hardwood floors and replacements for stainless steel appliances, and they're replacing oven doors that they've broken or shower doors that they've broken. There are so many different things that can malfunction in the homes that are built today. They're not built like they were 100 years ago where stuff lasts forever. There's a bunch of shoddy workmanship that's out there, and I'm sorry to say that, but stuff breaks, stuff falls apart. You lean on a wall and it topples over. But if you're the one that leaned on it, you got to replace it. And so the reality is if you have insurance, it's going to cover that. Now, the homeowner might have their own insurance, so there will always be a debate. Is it your insurance or the homeowner's insurance that will cover it? But if you don't have insurance and it's determined that it's your fault, you got to come up with that money out of your pocket. So my suggestion is yes, get insurance. And the insurance companies are great about breaking it down into payments. So your monthly payment is going to be like $30 or $40 a month. It's not a lot of money. You'll earn that back in 1 or 2 hours worth of time. And it's the peace of mind of knowing, no matter what happens, I'm covered. Yay, I'm a real business. All right, the next thing that I would recommend as you're moonlighting on the side, you don't necessarily need a license, but if it will give you peace of mind of having one, you can go down to the county courthouse and you can get a license. All the license is a piece of paper that says you're in business. And so, like I said, having a license doesn't make you in business. There are so many small business owners that are legal, and yet they have no idea how to run a business, and they're actually not in business at all. This is like a hobby to them, and they don't earn any money, and every year they claim on their taxes and they get a refund, and they have nothing to show for it ever, and they never pay the taxes. And so my suggestion to you is, if you're a real business, treat it like a business. Make a schedule, get up every day at a certain time, plan in your regular job, and then plan in your regular clients that are going to be for your moonlighting business. And then show up and do your walkthroughs and wear your uniform, and it is not the same uniform that you wear over here to this company. This company has a brand and a name. Over here you have a new brand and a new name. And so you do not get to piggyback off the goodwill of this company. Please be very clear about that. But if you come over here and you have a business, then yeah, I want you to be licensed and bonded and insured, and I want you to pay your taxes, and I want you to treat it like a business. Because if you are in fact spinning out on your own, this is going to become so profound that you will have to say goodbye to these people. And when you say goodbye to these people, you want to leave on good terms. Because as their business grows, as their business expands, you can always be a fill-in. If they like you and they trust you and you now are on your own, if something happens and somebody calls in sick and they're stranded at the last minute, and this happens all the time, they might call you and say, hey, listen, do you have any openings? I'm in a bind. I really need some help. They already know you. They already like you. They already trust you. And when you went out on your own, you did everything by the book and you did everything legally and you left on good terms. Now this whole doorway is open where if they have clients they can't serve, they can send them to you. If they have extra business where people have called out, they can send that to you. So you have this ongoing revenue that keeps coming in, even though you left this company and you said goodbye. So my suggestion to you is please, please, if you're starting your own business, that's awesome, but treat it like a business. And one last thing that I would say before I leave is please go to the employer that you have and clue them in on what you're doing and give them a heads up and let them know. Because if you try to do this under the table and you try to be sneaky about what you're doing and you're about to run ads or whatever it is, you don't ever want this to happen without their knowledge. Again, these are people that hired you, they trust you, they believe in you, and they wish for the best for you and your family. And if they find out that you've betrayed them somehow, they can rip that rug out from underneath you so quickly. And you don't want any mortal enemies in this business. This business is really tough by itself if everybody is your friend. And so to make enemies on top of it will just make your life miserable, especially if you're working in similar or nearby areas. So that is my 2 cents for today. Treat it like a business, even if you're just moonlighting. All right, till we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.